What's up, people? Welcome back. It's not a beautiful day in paradise here in the sunny island of St. Lucia. I wish.
Oh man.
Woo!
I actually believed you in my head.
Man, right? Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh,
What's up, Teresa?
Man.
Woo!
I actually believed you in my head.
Man, right? Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh,
What's up, Teresa? All right, Yvonne, what's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. How are we doing? Let's see. Let me pin this stuff right here. All right, we're gonna leave that like that. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do that. All right. 8. Get started. Superfan emotes. Upload emotes. Okay, let's get started, shall we? Let's get started. Okay. Tonight we are making knives for dinner. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. So for dinner tonight we have a bunch of things going on here. We have Chinese broccoli, aka gailan. All right. We have okra as well, just cut, okay? And we have a lot of other things going on. We have some garlic, peppers, tomatoes, onions, tomatoes, all right? And then we have some cucumbers right here. We're gonna make a nice avocado cucumber salad. Welcome, welcome. Hope in Christ, yes. Don't mind me. My mind's a little... All right, so let's get this tofu in the oven, right? Because we need to get this cooked for a dinner, right? We need to make sure it's ready to go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of sesame oil. So now on the bottom of my sheet pan, right, I sprinkled a little bit of celery salt, a little bit of sea salt, fresh cracked black pepper, and some smoked paprika, all right? And then I'm gonna hit this with just a drizzle of sesame oil, right? And the sesame oil is gonna do its thing as it gets cooked, right? So we don't need a lot because it's gonna spread and it's gonna work its magic, right? So to top this off, we're gonna go with some flavor maker, all right? This stuff is Asian barbecue, so it's gonna give us a nice Asian flavor to our tofu, right? Really nice. Consider this your version of a 5-spice, but stepped up to an amazing Super Saiyan level, right? Like if you know Dragon Balls, we're talking Super Saiyan 4 right here. Or you know what? We're going Ultra Instinct, right? You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of flavor this baby right here packs, all right? So we're gonna put that over there, and then we're gonna finish it with a little bit of smoked salt. All right, this smoky salt right here is gonna just add, just because we're baking it, right? Like, you know, if it's summertime, you know, I would probably do this on the grill and it will be, you know, we'll get that natural smoky flavor. But since we're not outside, right, we're gonna add the smoke inside, right? So this has mesquite, smoked paprika, and it has hickory smoke. So it's packed with tons of flavor, all right? So this is how we're doing our tofu. And then I scored a few of these, right? So I'm gonna add just regular olive oil because the sesame oil was for flavor. And then the olive oil is gonna be the searing of this, right? As it bakes, right? So we're gonna just kind of drizzle that in between. So as the oil warms up, it'll kind of sear on the bottom and it'll get real nice. Chef, can you turn Chick-fil-A gourmet? Yes, Hamza, I totally can. You know, it's funny. Can you grab my veganish cookbook, please? I'll show you what I did with the McDonald's fish fillet. All right. So one of my first cookbook I worked on, I did for the cover. I did a fish fillet sandwich, right? So This is 100% vegan, and it's in the shop right now. But this is the McDonald's version of the fish fillet, right? So I took the tofu and I brined it in lots of seafood flavor things like kelp, seaweed. What's the other seaweed that I like to use? Nori. And then with the dredge, the breadcrumbs, I also added crushed nori to that and just really fortified that seafood flavor. So it just came out really amazing. And then of course I made the tartar sauce from scratch. So that was the cookbook. Really fun time. What can vegans barbecue or smoke on the grill? Everything. Everything. Like literally you can brine tofu, marinate it, put barbecue sauce on it, you can grill it. The important thing is what kind of grill you have and how you're putting it on the grill so it doesn't mess up because it's sticking to the grill, right? So you need to have a super hot grill, or you need to have a stone in your grill, right? Like a flat, one of those ceramic kind of stones, and let that sit in the grill and get super hot, and then you can barbecue on that, right? Or you buy one of those kind of disposable kind of meshes that you can cover your grill with, so when you put stuff on it you can easily take it off, right? Or you can get like a perforated metal pan that you can put broccoli sprouts, you can put Brussels sprouts, you can put actual broccoli, you can put cauliflower, you can do basically anything. I love to smoke cauliflower. I will take them whole and I would get the fire going, get really nice wood chips, crank it up, and I would literally have that inside of the smoker, the grill. That flavor, even tried with cabbage, I'm telling you, it's a game changer. So you can basically barbecue and grill anything you want. You just you just have to be very mindful of what it is that you're trying to cook and the best way to go about it, right? So come summertime, we're gonna be outside grilling some stuff. So definitely make sure you give this page a follow because we're gonna be doing that come dinner time, right? Couple days a week, you catch me on here going live, and I basically just do dinner, and you get to see all kinds of plant-based dishes and how I do them really deliciously, right? So I'm gonna turn my fire on right now so I can get my okra ready. I have my basmati brown rice in the back steaming nice and slow, right? So while that's working, let's get ready for the okra, right? So we're doing two things. We're sauteing okra with lots of garlic, right? And that's gonna get peppers and tomatoes and some onions. And then also, last summertime, you can grill all year round. Yeah, I know, but it's a little cold here and I don't like being outside when it's cold. So I leave the grilling for summertime. And over here, we have Chinese broccoli, AKA gailan. So this is gonna get a quick stir fry, right? With some ginger. I made a sauce right here. So this is ginger juice, vegetarian oyster sauce, sesame oil, soy sauce, and a little bit of sweet Thai chili in here, right? So this is gonna be the sauce for the gailan, right? So that's to the side. So I'm gonna take some of this onions because I'm gonna do a cucumber and avocado salad, right? So I'm gonna just put this to the side and we're gonna get everything into the saute pan for the okra, right? So my okra, you can do okra a lot of different ways, but I like to just fry my okra. And when I say fry, just like a nice hard saute so it caramelizes and brings out the natural sugars in it. And then of course these aromatics. Oh, I almost forgot, Emma, can you grab me a scotch bonnet, please? We like it spicy here, so we're putting in a half a scotch bonnet in there to add some more flavor to it, right? So onions and garlic is going in. Come on, sweetheart. Don't be shy. All right. So I'm gonna just add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil to this. And with the pepper, right? Let me give this a little rinse. And we're gonna go right into the saute pan, right? So half a scotch bonnet, right? And my scotch bonnets, I grow them during the summer, and I grow about 4 pots of these. Toka Boka, what's up? And I freeze them, so I have peppers all year round, right? Toka Boka.
What's that? Ah.
All right, I like hot pepper, so do I. I love hot peppers. All right, so we're gonna let these onions and garlic caramelize. All right, we're gonna crank up the heat. So once our onions and garlic caramelize, long time indeed. How you doing?
Who is that?
James like, who is that?
Who is Toka Boka?
Good question. They're like laughing. So what's next? Oh, I forgot to tell you guys about this. So tofu's in. This is my meat substitution, and this is something I make in-house, right? It's my plant roast, I like to call it, right? So this is a combination of veggies, herbs, spices, and wheat gluten, and I form it into this beautiful thing that I cook, and then I get nice, beautiful pieces like this that I can cut and basically use to make any kind of meat substitute, right? So I can do bacon with it, I can do, you know, chicken fried steak. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We worked on it. It's been a work in progress, what you're seeing. So thank you for noticing that. All right, so onions and garlic are almost ready. We want it caramelized, right? So as we're waiting for that, we can get this baby ready. And if you mind, just get the cilantro out of the water and just kind of pat dry it for me. All right, so beautiful avocados, always, all right? Always. Only one. Let's save the trees. All right, so aromatics are working beautifully. So we're gonna just give this a nice little slice, and don't do this at home, especially if you have a really sharp knife, because you can end up cutting your hands really badly, all right? So you're better off just cutting it on the board, okay? Unless you are one with your knife and you know how much pressure to add, then, you know, go for it. But otherwise, I would say do not. It's dangerous. Like the French say, it's dangerous. Danger. You want to yeah. She's hiding. Because I'm saying dangerous.
No, you told me.
Can you stir the aromatics for me, please?
Just don't say that.
Thank you so much. You know, number 3 for the best. Yes, Jelly Bean. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. Thanks for the love. All right. Cindy, thank you. So yeah, people, avocado is ready, right? So we're gonna just scoop this out. And this is such a good thing to eat, to have. Avocados, like, so many benefits. You know what I mean? So many benefits. Like, I love avocados. I love avocados. I'll probably need a bigger bowl. So, you know, we'll yeah, we'll see. The good thing is, once we mix this, it'll be fine. So maybe after we cook something else, we can swap out. We'll see, right? So I just cut up the cilantro. How was the onions and peppers? Well, the onions and garlic.
I think we should turn it down a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So we're looking for lightly caramelized, right? Just like this. All right. We're gonna let this go just a little bit longer, right? Now we're gonna add in the peppers, right? What's up, people? Welcome to all the new people joining. How you doing? Happy Monday. We're making a bunch of different things. We have tofu in the oven, all right, seasoned with some delicious goodness, all right? And then we're working on some fried okra in a second, right? Well, I should say sautéed okra because we're not actually like frying it or deep frying it, right? I love avocados too, especially guacamole. Ah, Cindy, guacamole is the business. Yes. I did just sorta. I added it, but I didn't actually tag it. Blessings, blessings. What is up? How you doing? How you doing? Black Angel. Nice name. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. What's up, everybody? So we're doing a bunch of things. We have tofu in the oven. All right. We're about to saute some okra right now. All right. We're working on our avocado cucumber mix. Right. You like my apron? It's available. It's on the shop. Check it out. All right. And then we have Chinese broccoli, aka gailan. Right. This stuff is so good. If you have never had this before, it will be the equivalent to broccolini, right? In terms of sweetness, texture, it's just about right there. All right. So peppers are in. Okay, so we're gonna give the peppers maybe another 5 minutes just so it can caramelize a little, and then we're gonna add the okra. All right. So in the meantime, let's get a bigger bowl because let's use this. Alrighty, let's use this, and then we can serve it in a glass bowl, right? Okay, Emma, can I have a lime, please? Okay. It's sort of a guacamole, right? Yeah, wash that for me, please. You can come. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about with the caramelization, right? What am I making? Alrighty, let me tell you what I'm making. Let me tell you what I'm making. I'm blessed just checking in with you, my friend. Yes, Black Angel. So we're caramelizing. We have scotch bonnets in here. We have orange bell peppers, lots of garlic and onions, right? And then we have steamed basmati brown rice in the back, right? We have seasoned tofu working in the oven, right, at 400 degrees, super important so you can crisp the edges, right, and seal in all that flavor, right? What was that? I'm ringing your doorbell. I hear that, Cassandra. What's scotch bonnet? Ooh, Maddie. Scotch bonnet is a beautiful pepper, right? Super spicy, right? Caribbean. You know, I'm Caribbean, so I love it. Scotch bonnet, habaneros, they're around the same family, right? So that's what we're doing. So all of that is in the saute pan in the back. Let's add the okra to that, right? Go ahead, add the okra in. Don't be scared. Right? Scrape it out, add the okra in. So we're basically doing a saute of okra with lots of peppers, onions, garlic. I'm making a cucumber and avocado salad, right? Yeah, mix it. Just be careful. Here, use a towel so you can hold the pot properly. All right, hold the pot close. There you go. Alrighty. So we have olive oil, another healthy fat besides the avocados. Do you cook the okra? Oh yeah. So the okra right now is in the saute pan with the peppers, the onions. That's what Emma's doing, right? So there's peppers, onions, garlic, chilies, all that's in there, and we're sauteing the okra. All right. We're gonna add. Let me see. We'll add a touch of oil to that, and we're gonna let that saute. And then we're gonna season it with some salt, right? Very healthy. Yes, Black Angel, you got it. All right, let's season this baby. So you can stop mixing it. Hit it with about 20. All right, you got it? Okay, keep the pepper inside the pan. So now, is it fresh okra, Valerie? Yes, it is definitely fresh okra. All right, not that there's anything wrong with frozen okra. Ah, that wasn't 20, Emma.
It was 20.
Man,
I counted.
You did?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do 25. Okay, fresh okra is always good. you know, when you can get it. But if you can't, then frozen okra is cool too, right? You just have to treat it a little differently, all right? What does Japanese broccoli look like whole? Emma, can you grab me, and it's actually Chinese broccoli. Can you grab me gailan out of the fridge, please?
Yeah.
So it looks almost like broccolini. Too much spice? Nah, never too much spice. I'm Caribbean. All we do is cook with spice. You know what I'm saying? We keep it spicy up in here. I followed you. You can learn a lot of cooking. Yeah, definitely, Cassandra. Thank you so much. I'm a chef by trade. I've been cooking professionally for almost 30 years. You know what I mean? So this is not new to me by any means. So this is what Chinese broccoli, is it the same as broccoli rabe? You're close. It's very similar to broccoli rabe. So this is what Chinese broccoli looks like whole, right? So similar to broccoli rabe, but not exact, right? Like the leaves are bigger, and then sometimes depending on how old it is, it'll start to grow like little flowers in the middle. But these are pretty fresh and they're young, so you don't see any of that. Put that back in the fridge for me. Let's check this, baby. I'm to the light.
Are the little flowers called florets?
Yes. Well, the florets is for the broccoli when you cut them.
Thank
You got it. So this is the okra. It looks like collard greens. Similar, right? But definitely nowhere close to collards. Like much softer, much more tender, much sweeter. Just like all around easy to work with. Yeah, we're good right there, sweetheart. Thank you. All right, so that's where we're at. So let's mix this baby. So in here we have olive oil, lime juice, salt, onions, cilantro, cucumbers, and avocado. Right? Wanna open your hands? Give it a taste test. See where we're at. See what it tastes like. Good? All right. We got our first happy customer. So this is done. We're gonna put that to the side. We're gonna check on our, actually I'm gonna check my rice. Rice is done. I'll turn that off. Let's check on our tofu. So this is what we're working with, right? With the tofu, right? Nice and searing, right? But it's not close yet. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna use this opportunity to flip it. So you can see me. Alrighty, move this out of the way. Let's flip these babies. Where is my baby spatula? It's alright, I'll use this one. Alright, just keep an eye on the okra.
Okay.
So we want to get this to evenly sear on both sides, right? So this is why I'm flipping it. Super important. And a lot of people, unfortunately, they don't like tofu because of how it's done, right? So if you season tofu really well, it can be an amazing dish, right? It just takes a little bit of understanding and love, right? So we're gonna put this back in the oven and we're gonna let it go a little bit longer. Let's check our okra, all right? So okra is looking nice. This is like 75% done already. So we don't have too much more time in terms of cooking it. So let's get some Maggi. I'll take 3 cubes. All right, 3 bouillon cubes. Oui. Yes. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Why lime juice? Because lime juice is very good for you. Limes are really good for you, and they also brightens up the salad, so it just gives it a nice pop, and it's very reminiscent of what guacamole would be, right? So think of this as a guacamole salad that has cucumbers in it, basically, right? So but just super fresh. So summertime, something like this is really amazing, really healthy for you. It's really refreshing, it's very hydrating, and just all around like really good. You can't go wrong with making a salad like that. And then you would just take some tortillas or take some chips, whatever you want, and just literally go to town. You know what I mean? So to our okra, and the reason I'm adding these Maggi bouillon cubes in the okra is because my wife is Nigerian, right? And she loves her some Maggi.
Don't play with me.
I need the recipe for the salad, please. Lady, number one lady, I got you. I got you. All right, get your pen and paper. Let me know when you're ready. I'll tell you how to do it. All right, super easy. Let me know when you're ready. Comment and let me know when you're ready. All right, so I'm adding the Maggi to the okra. Emma, you want to give that a stir for me? All right, let me know when you're ready, and I'll drop that recipe for you ASAP. All right.
Yeah, chef, you get on the spot recipes.
Yeah, that's how we do. You ready? All right, let's do it. So I did one whole hot house cucumber, and that's the cucumbers that come with the individual plastic wrap around it. So one of those. I did 2 avocados, all right? And then I did about a half cup of chopped onions, right? Small dice. And I would say a quarter cup of cilantro. 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, salt to taste, and lime juice to taste. So I did about a half of a small lime. And that's it. Super easy, very simple, and delicious. All right, let me know if you missed anything, and I will drop it in. I'll drop it again. All right, welcome everybody. So we are working on a mixture of things. And for my sauce, for my Chinese broccoli, which is this baby right here, this is like, whoo, so good, so good. Okay, let me tell you what's in here. All right, let me tell you what's in here. I'm gonna turn that down because that's about ready. You wanna taste one and see if there's enough salt in there? My sous chef in training, you know, she's amazing. Like, she makes the most amazing pastries.
Hi guys.
Yep. So in here, right? Because this is what we're using for the Chinese broccoli. Because since it's Chinese broccoli, we're gonna just go Asian with it, right? So we have fresh ginger juice, right? Pear juice and apple juice, right? So the ratio of ginger, pear, and apple is, I would say, 80% ginger, 10% pear, 10% apple juice, right? And I'm talking fresh pear, fresh apples, right? So I juiced a bunch of ginger earlier on in the weekend, actually for Valentine's Day, right? And I think I did a post about it. You saw me peeling a bunch of ginger on my page when you check it later. And so that's what's the juice I use for this. And then besides those 3 things, there is a bunch of sesame oil in here. There is soy sauce, sweet chili, a touch of sweet chili just for sweetness, and then also, bless you, and then also the last thing is mushroom oyster sauce, which is vegan. So that's the flavor profile for this. So we're gonna hit this off with the Chinese broccoli, add some sesame seeds, and bada boom, bada bing. Good. Needs more salt?
Some good. Yeah.
Needs some more salt? So we
Yeah.
still have some Maggi here, so we'll use the Maggi. I'm trusting you. You sure?
Not good.
Oh, Emma. Alright, stir that. Let me crank this one on so we
Crank that
can...
soldier boy.
Oh, what?
You said crank. I said crank that soldier boy.
Wow, Jane. That's a good one.
Yeah, right?
Alright. Thanks for sharing, people. Thanks for sharing the live. I appreciate it. Eating a vegan pizza now. Alright. I like that. Speaking about vegan pizza, I just made vegan pepperoni the other day. That was pretty awesome. So, I like that. I love pizza. I love a good pizza. Alrighty. Time to clean up this place so we can set up and serve dinner. Alright? Very important. When you're cooking, you gotta stay clean, people. You gotta stay clean, right? Gotta stay clean. You know, you can tell a lot by the person cooking your food how the kitchen looks.
Fridge.
Yes. Just leave it there for now. Alright? If the kitchen is looking untidy,
Don't eat the food.
that's a problem. Is it hard to be vegan, Cassandra? It is as hard as you make it. You know, I'll say it that way, right? Because even for me being a classically trained chef, I had to take myself out of the box that I was in, right? Because I was so focused on, if I can't have meat, what am I going to do? And once you stop trying to replace meat and seafood and poultry and just cook food, it's as easy as possible, right? I would say the tricky thing is weaning your body off of the things that you're used to eating. That's the most important thing. And what really worked for my family and I, because there's 5 of us, right? And we're all vegan. What really worked for us was fasting, right? The kids didn't fast because, they were younger when we started, so they weren't used to it as much as my wife and I. But fasting allows you to get rid of some of those things that your body's used to, and it kind of helps you reset your palate, right? But the most important thing I would say, if you want to be vegan, or at least trying to be, is to take it one day at a time and really focus on one dish. So you see how nice and caramelized this is? Golden delicious. You got the edges looking really crispy and brown. Seems hard? Nah, it's not hard, Cassandra. What you want to do is start with breakfast, lunch, or dinner, right? And let's say you're starting with lunch, right? And you normally have a chicken breast with, your sides, your starch, your veggies. Instead of doing a whole chicken breast, do half of a chicken breast, right? And just go smaller and smaller each stage of the time, right? So every day you eat meat, whatever meat you're eating, serve yourself smaller portions. By serving yourself smaller portions, you're weaning yourself off without even realizing that you're doing it, right? So that would be the first thing to do. Make your protein portions smaller while bulking up on the veg and the other legumes and things like that, the beans and stuff like that, right? That's a great way to start. The other thing I would say is one day a week, don't eat any meat. Maybe just do no meat for breakfast or lunch or dinner, and just kind of add on as the day goes by, as the week goes by, and that will make it really easy. And then don't be hard on yourself. Like, if you mess up and you decide to not, and you decide to go back and you eat meat and you want to go back to it again, it's okay. Like, you don't have to start over. Just continue from wherever you are and just keep going, right? How does tofu taste? Tofu tastes amazing if it's cooked properly, right? Like, if you go to someone and they don't know how to cook tofu and you eat it, you'll probably not eat tofu again. Because that's what happened for me when I first ate tofu. I really didn't like it because the person that cooked it, it was just like bland. Like, they boiled it, they didn't season it before they cooked it, and it just tasted like chalk almost, right? But the way I'm doing the tofu, let me show you what it looks like in case you didn't see it, right? Like, I treat tofu like meat. You know what I mean? Exactly. Monty Mary, right? Tofu is like a blank canvas. So you can basically, he does it right. Thank you. So you can basically treat tofu like you would a piece of meat, right? Excuse me, and you season it the same way. You season it the same way, you sear it the same way. I'll tell you this though, you need to make sure you're paying attention to the type of tofu that you're buying, right? There's silken tofu, which is the consistency of like yogurt or like, a soft cheese, and you don't want to buy that one. There is soft, there's medium, there's firm, and there's extra firm tofu. So you want to settle somewhere between medium and firm tofu, right? And the most important thing is getting rid of as much excess water as possible. That's the first step. So you can do that a few ways. Open it a day before you need to use it. Put it on some paper towel, wrap it, keep it in your refrigerator. After a day, it'll be nice and dry. And then I would cube it up, season it really well, put it in the oven at a high temperature, bake it, sear it really nice, or get a really hot pan, sear it like you would a piece of meat, and you're gonna be really happy with the way it comes out, right? But season it the way you would a piece of poultry or a piece of fish or a piece of meat. And I think if you do those things, you're gonna be in a good place and it's gonna taste really good. Some people air fry them too. Yeah, you can totally fry them. You can batter them, right? You can season them as they are and then deep fry them, and they'll be just as good. So I can't have ice cream anymore. I mean, you can have ice cream because there's vegan ice cream, but I'll tell you this. If you want to be successful at being vegan, try not to go after things that you eat now that's not vegan, right? Because you're gonna end up being disappointed in the beginning.
Well, vegan ice cream is delicious.
But there are vegan ice creams that's pretty good. You just have to find them, right? And when you're vegan, things are gonna taste different because you're used to a particular flavor profile of cream, dairy, and butter. That's very different from plant-based milk and butter, right? It's a completely different flavor profile. So once you get past not tasting what cream and heavy cream tastes like and milk, and get used to what almond milk and oat milk and cashew milk tastes like, which is amazing, especially if you do it yourself, and it's super easy to do yourself, then you're gonna be in a much better place to win. All right? I think that I'm no longer eating animals, and it makes me feel better too. Yeah, 100%. Because you think about it, your body is doing so much work when you eat meat, and people don't realize it because they're so used to eating it that they think that it's natural and it's okay, but it actually really isn't, right? I love oat milk in my coffee. Yeah, I love coconut milk too. So, you know, okra is done. Our pan is nice and hot. It's smoking. I almost forgot it. I was so into the conversation, right? So we're gonna put some oil in here, right? Because this is so tender and you can almost eat it raw. It's not hard, Cassandra. It's not hard. Like, you're on the perfect channel. There are plenty of resources, right? I even have a free PDF that you can get that helps you set you up, point you in the right direction. So there's lots of things that you can get access to by just being here. So don't lose faith. You know, it's not as hard as it seems, okay? And once you're in a community like this, there are a lot of people that will point you in the right direction. Like, if anybody's discouraging you, run from that person. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, you need to surround yourself with people that are facilitating you being better, right? Facilitating your life, your health being better. You know what I mean? So that's what this is about. That's why we're here, right? And if you join me, at least Monday to Wednesday, you're going to find me cooking delicious plant-based food. So thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So let's do the last thing because I know you guys are waiting. Okay. So we have our hot pan. I'm going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Right? Where can I find vegan ice cream? Any supermarket, Cassandra. Any supermarket. Whole Foods.
Jenny's is a good brand.
Jenny's. If you have a Jenny's by you, they make really amazing ice creams. I'm going to get me an apron. Yeah, Valerie. It's in the shop, baby.
Let's go.
Delicious is pretty good too.
So delicious. My daughter says has pretty good ice cream too, and they do.
It's really close to the one.
It's close to
like
Breyers.
Ice cream.
Yeah. So a little bit of oil, right? We're gonna get this nice and hot, which it is because it's smoking, right? And then we're gonna add this right in. Cool. What's that, Ed? What?
What is it? 3D circle.
Ah, okay. All right. So nice and hot. All right, and we're gonna do this in batches. And since our sauce is super tasty and flavorful, we don't need to go heavy with any kind of salt, right? So we're gonna just do just a light pinch. Okay. Yes. So just a toss, all right? You get a little bit of char there. And then what we're gonna do is add the rest. And then we're gonna add a little bit more salt to it. Frying this up. And then we're gonna hit it with this delicious sauce right here that we made. Alright? Yes, Pinky. Yes, you hear that sizzle? That's what we want. Okay. And that's done in like 2 minutes. A little bit of salt. Okay, go a little bit more sauce. Thank you, thank you. Alright, let me give this a stir. Because we don't want all that sauce splattering all over the place, right?
Somebody asked what's the vegetables in the pan.
So these are Chinese broccoli, aka Gailon. Alright? So that's what we have in the pan. All right, and turn that down because that's ready, and dinner is ready. That looks so good. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, time to serve dinner. All right, let's check the tofu. All right, so look at the tofu. It's right where we want it to be. The edges are nice and a little crisp. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide these over to the side, right? And then I'm gonna add my plant roast in here as well so they can just get a little hot. All right, these are already fully cooked, so we don't need to worry about cooking them. We're basically just getting it nice and hot, right? Yeah, I'm gonna keep the oven on. So put this back into the oven. All right, so tofu is ready, looking real nice. Look at this baby right here. Look how pretty that looks, right? So this is how you do tofu, right? And make it taste super tasty, okay? Okay, this is done. So we're gonna put this to the side, all right? You can smell that ginger juice. So good. Okay. Ready?
4.
Haha! Tricked you. Okay. All right, let's crank back on our okra. Right? And what we're gonna do to the okra is we're gonna finish it with some. Please send me some dinner, chef. Ah, plant lady, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Okay, so our okra is done. Everything is done. The Chinese broccoli is done. Our delicious cucumber avocado salad is done, right? Woo! Our brown basmati rice is done. Good evening, chef. Good evening. Okra is very good for you. Huh. Okra, yes, it is. It's very good for you. So, to our okra, right, we're gonna just sprinkle in this tomato. I don't want my tomato to be overcooked. This is why I'm adding it at the very end. Miss Kiki is in the building tonight. All right, Miss Kiki, wow. Okay, so tomatoes in, right? Last minute, I don't like when my tomatoes get overcooked, so this is why I'm adding them in right now. And this is gonna just kind of get folded in and just get warmed with everything else, right? So this way we can keep the integrity of the tomatoes without losing it, without it breaking down, without it turning into mush. And then with that, we're good to go. So dinner is basically done at this point. So it's time to serve. So plates, yes, let's do that. Plates. All right, I'm gonna turn off the okra because that's ready. Big ones? Big one.
Big one.
Big one. All right, people. Welcome, welcome. We're about to serve dinner. Thank you so much for your patience and your kindness and for your love. For your love, right? For your love. I did a circle there because we're whole food plant based up in here. Boom. That was nice. What?
No.
My daughter, she's like, do this. Do this. Yeah. Anyway. That's how old I am, people. That's how old I am. My 15-year-old is showing me the ropes. It's awesome. Anywho, we're done. Let's serve dinner. All right. So first things first, let's get this beautiful steamed basmati brown rice. Can I get a spoon for the basmati, please? Smart move. I'm planning on joining the vegan lifestyle after I detox for a healthier lifestyle. Yes, walking miracle. That's what's up. That's what's up. Welcome, welcome. See, basmati brown rice is not like your regular Uncle Ben's. It's not no regular Deglas. This rice right here, it's so fluffy, right? Even for a brown rice. Like, look at it. Like,
I don't know why you're knocking Uncle Ben's. I love Uncle Ben's.
Uncle Ben is not messing with this, baby.
That's the only fight you and I have about rice.
Yeah, well,
I like Uncle Ben's.
I know. Uncle Ben is good for when you're making certain things, right? Do you have a cookbook? Yes, Cassandra. I actually have 3 cookbooks. Yeah, I tried, you know. let me pin them right here for you. Boom. That's one. Pin another one right here. Boom. That's two.
Just pin
All right.
the one that
So
has-
there we go.
Yeah.
So this is my veganish breakfast cookbook, right? And if you check out my shop, there's a bunch of other things in there too. So I have 3 cookbooks, 1 digital and 2 hard covers. The veganish breakfast is all vegan things, all breakfast, because a lot of people find that difficult, you know, doing breakfast in the morning. Okay, how long have you been vegan? It's almost 10 years, right? So we've been rocking and rolling, and it's been amazing, I have to tell you. Yep, exactly. So it's about 10 years. And for me, what makes it even more fun is that I travel a lot, like, you know, all over the world. So anytime I travel, I'm always finding really cool things to bring back home that I can make vegan. You know what I mean? So it's just really fun for me being a, you know, a professional chef to be able to just go and get access to all these amazing things, right? It seems hard, no meat ever cheated. Okay, Cassandra, I'll tell you something. It's not hard, right? But it'll be hard for you if you keep saying it's hard, right?
Facts.
So don't say it's hard, and
Facts.
it won't be hard.
She has to ever
But
cheat.
I'll tell you if I ever cheated with being vegan. So me being a classical trained chef, right? We went to Dubai, my wife and I. What's up, Glam? Welcome back. So my wife and I, we went to Dubai
For the first time.
for the first time, right? And this was when we just started being vegan. And I was like, yo, you know, we have to try the lamb, right? Because like I'm a chef. And you know, I don't
See
know
what it tastes like.
I want to see what it tastes like, because like it's lamb in Dubai, you know, like that's what they're known for, you know, at least one of the things they're known for. So I was like, what are we gonna do? So we literally had the lamb, and immediately after we had the lamb, I was like, oh man, why did we eat the lamb? You know, but we didn't be hard on ourselves. We knew we were gonna do it. We did it, and we were okay with doing it because we knew that was just our journey.
We gave ourselves grace.
We gave ourselves grace. You know what I mean? So after we did that, we came back home. We literally fasted.
And we
after we
confessed.
came back home and was like, you know what? We ate it. You felt guilty, Cassandra. I felt a little guilty. I won't lie to
did.
you. I felt a little guilty.
I did.
But you know, I also learned that I should give myself grace in that whole situation, right? So because of that, I was able to be even better at being plant-based. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying to you that there will be times where you're going to, you know, eat stuff that you might not want to eat, and just don't be too hard on yourself about it. You know what I mean?
Just go right back.
Just go back to eating the plants and keep it 100. Keep it Gucci. That's it. That's it.
Start off being veganish.
Yeah. So that's why my books are called Veganish, because when we started, you know, we wanted to be vegan, but we were more veganish than anything, right? So that's what that's about, right? So veganish is about making sure that your food is not, you don't have to be 100% vegan, you know, because everybody's plant-based, right? And that's the most important thing. Everybody's plant-based. So as long as you're okay with that, and you're eating more plants than you are eating meat, that's a good place to be. And then what you will do is eventually it'll be just all plants. You know what I mean? It'll be all plants. So that's what you have to do to win at this game. All right? It's a mental game more than anything else. If you can tackle it mentally and you're in a good place, then more than likely you're gonna win. All right? Where are you from? I am from the Caribbean, St. Lucia actually. All right, let's see what else. What do you guys do when you order pizza? You get pizza without cheese, right? Or I make my own pizza, honestly. Like I was just telling someone earlier on, I made my own pepperoni. I make my own dough. Like that's the cool thing about being vegan. You get really creative and you start making things yourself. Like I make my own root beer. I make my own cheese sauces. I make my own breads. I make my own meat. I make my own sausages. Like I make my own mayonnaise, my own butter when I feel like it. You can really have fun. You know what I mean?
Ice cream.
We make our own ice cream, so you can make anything really. Like you could really have fun with it. Your tofu looks good. All the food that you prepared looks good. Even the okra dish. Ah, you're so kind, D. I appreciate that. I appreciate that for sure. So this is Emma. You want to grab the tofu and the plant roast out of the oven?
Yes. Somebody asked where you're from.
Yes, I answered. I'm from St. Lucia,
Oh, okay, good.
the Caribbean. Yep, I am from the islands. That, just put it right here. Thank you. All right. So, you know, this is how we eat, right? The goal is to have a bunch of different things on your plate, right? So this way you're not missing anything. You're not missing any meals. Like you're satisfied, you know what I mean? Like you can just enjoy what it is that you're eating, right? Once you have different textures, that's super, super important, right? The textures. Once you can add different textures to your plate, then you're not gonna miss the meat, right? That's the most important thing about being plant-based, is having texture, right? Because by having texture, you are then able to enjoy the meals that you're eating.
She needs to watch the head.
Yes, that's a good one. If you're not doing textures and everything is just like one-dimensional, then you're probably not gonna enjoy your food as much, right? So really, really important to make sure that your food has texture, because your mind is a serious situation. So if yes, this is my daughter. If your mind feels like you're not eating meat, it's gonna automatically put you in a place where you're like, oh man, what is this? What is this? You know? Not a fan of brown rice, but you did your thing. It looks nice and fluffy. Good looking plates. Thank you. So the trick with cooking rice, any rice, even brown rice, first of all, is the type of brown rice you're cooking. That's one. And then two, how you cook it. So the trick is to do brown rice or any rice, right? To do it where it's, you know, a finger, an inch above the rice. Bring it up to a boil. As soon as it comes to a boil, you turn it down immediately to the lowest. Cover it with parchment paper, put a lid on it, and let it steam the rest of the way. That's how you make perfect rice every single time, right? You don't boil the rice to oblivion. You don't boil it until it's done. Like you let it simmer nice and slow so the starches release slowly. Because when you're boiling it, you're breaking the rice and you're making the starch do this, and it becomes very sticky, and that's why you get rice that clumps up. But if it steams nice and slow, then you get really loose rice, and it's just a beautiful thing, right?
And yes, this is tofu.
Yes, tofu and plant roast, my vegan meat that I make in-house. Thank you for sharing that information. My pleasure. That's for Elia? No, that's Ed.
Okay.
All right, there you go. So dinner served, people. You're welcome, Empress, anytime. I am here to share my knowledge with you, with all of you, because, you know, that's what I like to do. That's fun, you know. Here you go, sweetheart. That's yours. And yeah, you know, this is how we eat. This is how we cook. You know, sometimes I'll prep in advance. Sometimes, you know, I'll cook to order, like you see I did tonight. But, you know, it's always something different. The idea is to have different things on the plate. You know what I mean? We have okra, we have Chinese broccoli, we have a cucumber and avocado salad, we have steamed brown rice on the bottom, we have tofu, we have plant roast, like just all kinds of delicious things, you know? So when you're eating this, because of all the different textures, your mind is not thinking that you're not eating meat. So automatically you're already winning, because your palate and your mouth memory is not missing anything, right? It's the memory that your mouth have when you're eating meat that it misses. So when you go vegan, it's like, where's the meat? Where's the meat? You know what I mean? It seems very hard. It's not. But yes, yeah. But that's it, people. I'm out of here. I'm about to plate up this last one, and then we're about to go sit down and eat. So join me tomorrow. I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but we're gonna do something interesting, something fun. All right, and yeah, until next time, bon appetit. Thank you, D. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, the vegan I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, I'll be on here between 6 and 7, making dinner again. And yeah, Black Angel, thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the shares. I appreciate it. And definitely make sure that you check out everything else that we have to offer. Like I said, I have that free PDF for anyone that needs additional help and resources. So make sure you check that out. And, check out everything else that's in the shop. Have some fun. Have a good night. I will see you tomorrow. All right? Cool. I appreciate you. Thank you. Good night.